It's starting to rain here. Real quick, what I want to talk about today is I saw that Haiti was trending on Google Trends. And back when I was in the Navy as a corpsman, I was stationed down in Haiti for Operation Secure Tomorrow. And I believe that was back in 2004. And the reason we were down there was, I guess, the U.S. government. You got to remember that the Iraq War was kicking off pretty hot right then. Afghanistan had been going on for a minute. And for whatever reason, the U.S. government had given the president of Haiti like $70 million or something like that back then. And he took that money and basically fled to Jamaica. And from what I remember, this is a long time ago, that wasn't the first time that he had done it. But I saw Haiti was trending today, and I was like, man, I remember being down in Haiti. I remember Haiti being like just this untapped, like tropical paradise that is known for, at least in the West, as being like this voodoo capital, right? You know, and I remember there was a lot of talk back then on, you know, oh man, you know, there's all these voodoo priests and whatnot here. But man, my experiences in Haiti were phenomenal. We had, because I was a corpsman, right? So that's like a Marine Corps medic, and I was with an infantry battalion, you know, and we used to set up like these aid stations out in the towns for, you know, just regular civilians to come up to and get treatment. And, you know, I would say 80 to 90% of those treatments were probably fine. It was like a humanitarian mission at that point, and they were probably fine. You know, it was like infections, or hey, you know, I got scraped over here, I need stitches, I need staples, whatever. You know, but every now and again you would get something crazy. And I always remember this gentleman brought his child, who had to have been like 18 months old, up, and the kid had like that, I don't know what the official term is for it, but he had like waterhead, right? So like the kid's head was, you know, the size of his body. And I mean, there was nothing we could do about that, but our doctor ended up putting him in touch with, I believe it was the American Red Cross Association, and the Army had some other stuff down there too that was going on at that time. So, you know, anyway, they ended up working on that issue. You know, we had a couple of bullet wounds there. There was one guy that had been shot in the butt. It was like that Forrest Gump scene, man, but the guy had been shot in the butt. And there's a language issue, right? Because it's not straight French, it's like French Creole. And, you know, so anyway, there was a language issue there. Didn't understand that the guy had been shot. We thought it was like a scab. Anyway, pretty gross stuff. But man, it always irks me when I see people sending money to like these crazy far off countries. If you're an American, right, if you're in the West and you're sending money to, you know, Southeast Asia, Africa, whatever, unless you have some ties to that country, Haiti's right there. Haiti is like just off of our southern coast, and like, man, these people need help so bad. And unfortunately, the US government has failed them because we've given that money to incompetent leaders that have obviously poorly misused those funds. You know, so anyway, I saw it was trending today. I figured I would say something about it. Our commander of that, of the Marines, when I was attached to them, is now the Marine Corps Commandant, you know, so hopefully he has some great insight into what's going on down in Haiti today. But man, always pray for the Haitian people, man. Like, they were so cool to us and so welcoming of us. You know, there was only a couple of times where we were in like some legitimate dangers while we were down there, and that was like the street gangs and stuff like that. There's no ghetto in the United States that can compare to the ghettos of Port-au-Prince. Period. End of discussion. You can't claim you're living in the ghetto here if you've never been to a ghetto in like an actual like third world country ghetto, you know, because those people down there, man, like that, they're struggling on a daily basis with life or death, meeting basic needs, and being lied to and cheated out of everyday things. Anyway, that's my Haiti story. I didn't even look and see why Haiti was trending today, because it's probably just going to break my heart. But anyway, hopefully you got something out of this issue. If you are one of those people that donate money to different funds and organizations, consider donating it to a fund or an organization that supports the Haitian people, because they're right there. You know, when they do come over to the U.S., they're usually, you know, very productive members of society. All right, that's it, guys. Take care. Peace.